A heartfelt story of how in 11th grade I became the school slut. I just moved across country and started a new school. I had exactly one friend. We'll call her Shady, because she was a shady fucking bitch. She started dating a senior boy and didn't want to hang out with me, which is fine. She got all these new cool friends and they didn't like me because I was new and a girl, and I guess that's enough reason. Well, Shady started telling everybody that I fucked a bunch of people, and I was like, what the heck? How? Who? I literally sit at home and watch Harry Potter. I have no friends. Nonetheless, they'd taunt me in the hallways and be like, you slut. Or they'd follow me to the classroom and be like, we're gonna beat your ass. They'd message me on Facebook and be like, we're gonna kill you. And I'd be like, why don't you like me? And they'd be like, die. And I'd be like, okay, fair enough. So I got tired of the bullshit. I was like, I'm gonna become the one thing they fear the most. A real whore. So shortly after, I made one other new friend. His name was Juan, and he was great, and I loved him, and he would invite me to all the parties. I'd go to these parties to get drunk and make out with the guys that these girls liked. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty petty, but yeah. So when I would return to school after the weekend, they'd be like, you're a whore. I'd be like, true. There's really no moral to the story, but if you can't go high, just go really fucking low and beat bitches at their own game.
Some modern women are finally starting to wake up and smell the burnt coffee. They're realizing feminism sold them a half-baked, overhyped fantasy when it comes to relationships and family. Take the high-flying career woman in her 40s or 50s, who swapped cozy nights at home for boardroom battles. Now she's staring at her Instagram-perfect apartment, calendar glaring back at her with nothing but lonely weekends. She was supposed to have it all, right? Except for the one thing she thought she could do later. A family, genuine connections, a life that doesn't revolve around quarterly reports and Zoom calls. The hustle culture promised her the world, but conveniently left out the fine print. At the top of the ladder, it's pretty damn lonely. And let's not sugarcoat it. It's not just the career grind that's to blame. The total rejection of anything even remotely resembling traditional family values has turned out to be an own goal. Mona Charen gets it in Sex Matters. Feminism's fixation on self-sufficiency and career worship left women chasing after something that doesn't bring the fulfillment they were promised. The mantra of independence, and you don't need anyone, sounded empowering, sure, but it's left plenty of women realizing they traded real, meaningful relationships for a stack of corporate accolades that feel hollow at the end of the day. And now, these women are slamming headfirst into the harsh truth. Family, companionship, and mutual support might have been worth more than a corner office and a LinkedIn profile littered with job titles. That high-powered job? It doesn't laugh with you, hold your hand, or greet you when you come home. Turns out, those outdated values that were dismissed as archaic nonsense might have been the ticket to a life that actually mattered. But hey, at least they've got their trophies to keep them company.
You want to know what fucking sucks? I'll tell you what fucking sucks.
What sucks?
Shoveling a ton of gravel. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, if you got lady muscles.
The whole entire time I'm shoveling, all I'm thinking is, who the fuck are the women that wanted equal rights? The women's movement. Who wanted to do the man's work? Because I fucking didn't. I'd rather be inside making sandwiches and serving iced tea. Fuck this bullshit. I don't want to be equal. I don't want any part of being equal. I will make sandwiches. I will cook dinner. I will wear an apron. I will clean house. I'll vacuum. I'll do whatever I gotta do to keep from fucking shoveling rock. And the difference between TikTok and Facebook is after I get this shit done, I'm gonna get on Facebook and brag about everything I accomplished and how fucking happy I am. But just know the truth. I'm pissed. I'm not happy. It doesn't make me feel good. No part of it. Don't want to do it.
I can wear pants. I can wear a top that shows most of my body, and I continue to do so because of all the women who fought for that. Women have the right.
Women didn't fight for you to walk around looking like a whore, okay? That's not what they fought for. They fought for your right to vote, their right for your education, the right for you to play a sport.
Jesus. Feminism or low gas prices?
I guess low gas prices, because ever since the feminist movement, it's been a lot harder for me to find a guy to pay my bills. And all of a sudden I have to work and I have to do all these things. And I honestly don't want to work. I would rather stay in the kitchen. Mind you, I need some cooking classes, but I think I could take a couple cooking classes and make somebody really happy.
Your actions matter. This is what happens. You think, oh, it's fine, they just might not open the door for us because of all the raging feminists, but you can't act out. Society does change. There is such thing as social engineering. People change their behavior. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, women end up in a really bad situation. Like, she can't get anybody to help her up. Those dudes aren't checking for her. They're not even gonna look at her. They're gonna ignore her. Yeah, we need help. I don't know. It's just like nonstop. Like, let's stop acting out and let's act correct. And at least make the perception that we're not going to perpetuate negative behaviors. Come on. Like, set an example. Like, if you do see someone acting out, make sure to, like, respond accordingly. But luckily, a woman did come, rush over and help her up. But yeah, great point.
Viral attention for sharing her regrets about ditching the idea of marriage and family. Now, her article in Business Insider reads, quote, "I'm 38 and single, and I recently realized I want a child. I'm terrified that I've missed my opportunity." That woman's name is Melissa Persling, and she's revealing to Fox News Digital what she thinks caused her current situation. Listen.
I feel unbelievably betrayed by feminism. I was constantly fed this idea that women can do everything. We don't really need men. Women can have the great career and have the kids that they like and change the tires and do this. I mean, I grew up thinking, and men are great, but like I can do all the same things. I do feel in many ways betrayed by that line of thinking. I kind of want to go back to some of those teachers and coaches and say, what the hell did you mean by that? Because women can't do it all. We can't.
Katrina, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, I'm going to go deep here. So I have a lot of opinion on this, and I really think that feminism in some ways has really sabotaged women's happiness. And the reason I believe that is because we are asked to do all these different things, right? But then our nervous system goes whack. Like, I know for myself, I'm in work mode and then mother mode and then family mode, right? And so your system just completely goes out of whack, which is why I truly believe, and I found this quote and I thought it was so telling, is that the divine feminine is the rawest, wildest, and most honest mirror a man will ever encounter. The awakened man opens his heart and goes to battle. He will tame his dragons and face his deepest shadows, since he knows that deep within, her heart will guide him home.
Let's dissect the train wreck that is modern sexual liberation. Feminism's shiny, feel-good marketing ploy that turned the dating scene into a free-for-all. Casual flings and no-strings-attached setups. What a gift. Now men get all the perks of a relationship, companionship, intimacy, and fun, without any of that pesky responsibility like commitment or, heaven forbid, marriage. Why buy the cow when the milk is free, right? So now we've got guys swiping left and right, living their best hookup lives, while women scramble for stability, freeze their eggs like it's an Olympic sport, and pray to stumble upon the last unicorn, a guy who's actually interested in something real. Here's the kicker. Feminism promised women freedom, empowerment, and happiness, but for too many, it's led straight to heartbreak and regret. It's like being sold a Ferrari only to realize it's just a cardboard cutout. You can't drive it, and it won't get you anywhere. The liberation that was supposed to fill the void left by traditional relationships? Turns out, it's nothing more than a mirage, leaving women with an ache for something meaningful while their biological clock turns up the volume. So, hats off to feminism. Your great promise of independence has become a masterclass in how to sabotage women's happiness. Instead of fulfillment, they're left holding the bag of fleeting hookups and a gnawing sense of emptiness. This wasn't a revolution, it was a bait and switch. Enjoy the freedom, ladies, because the ticket to happiness you thought you bought was just a one-way ride to loneliness.
Question: what would our world look like without sons, brothers, fathers, husbands, and uncles? It has taken raising sons for me to realize how toxic society can be towards men. Oh, the good ones are taken. The future is female, or men need to behave, are constantly tossed around, cloaked in feminism or equality. But why is this okay? Simply being female doesn't make you better than a man. Men do not deserve to bear the brunt of another man's actions any more than female. Men do not deserve to be judged by their gender, just like women. The future is female doesn't even make any sense. I'm blessed to have had quite a few good ones in my life, role models I know my sons will learn from, but that's not to say I haven't known a few bad apples. I just don't allow those experiences to define half of the human race. If you think along the lines of men need to behave, the future is female, or the good ones are taken, maybe ask yourself why you deserve one of the good ones when you make no room for positive masculinity.
Really have a right to be treated respectfully.
We are unfortunately running out of time, but Peter, I just want to get one final thought from you. Are there words that are used to describe men that offend you?
Not particularly, and if there are some I don't like, I certainly wouldn't want them banned, but it always goes back to that old adage, sticks and stones may break my bones, but there will always be something to offend a feminist.
Peter
Lloyd. No, that's just obnoxious.
Peter
Sorry,
Lloyd,
you have to give me a chance. That is ridiculous. No, hang on, I won't do your show again.
The knight in shining armor trope, once the pinnacle of chivalry, now dragged kicking and screaming into the modern age. The idea that men should leap to defend women is apparently as outdated as rotary phones, all in the name of gender equality. Sure, a few relics still buy into the whole protector gig, but let's face it, the script is flipping faster than a pancake. Why should men have all the glory of saving the day when we're supposed to be in this shared responsibility utopia? Equality, right? So grab your own shield, ladies. We're all in this battle royale together now. Now, onto tubal ligation, aka the third rail of reproductive choices. It's not just a medical decision, it's practically a social Rorschach test. Choose it, and you'll face enough side-eye and unsolicited lectures to last a lifetime. Society loves to poke its nose in, wagging fingers and clucking disapproval, as if your uterus is somehow public property. And let's not forget the emotional roller coaster, because walking the tightrope between autonomy and judgmental sharks is a breeze, isn't it? And men in the dating world? Oh, they're evolving, all right, if you can call stumbling over their own shoelaces progress. Out goes stoicism and dominance, in comes emotional openness and vulnerability, because apparently the dating game now doubles as a group therapy session. Traditional gender roles have been tossed into the dumpster fire of modernity, leaving men to navigate this brave new world of feelings while trying not to trip over the ashes of what once was. Welcome to the dating apocalypse, where everyone's confused and no one knows the rules anymore. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.